Howdy, howdy.
Welcome, everybody. We're a couple of minutes late, but we're here and we're all awake, most of us anyway. Um, so, for those who don't know me, I'm Joe. Unfortunately, my wife Sarah can't join tonight because she had to work. So, it's going to be me and Jesse here, and we have a very special guest with us, a real member of Team Strike, because Jesse's not a real one, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Dave Noyola himself. So, Dave, did you mute yourself? I unmuted. Or you don't want to
Now
talk,
you're
that's
fine.
fine. Just look there. Just sit there, look handsome. That face alone is going to sell copies, right? So, um, but anyway, yeah, well, it's going to be a shorter thing tonight. Um, just because it's we're getting here to the end of the year. I know Jesse wanted to get Teen Strike 5 and 6 up before we ended the year. It's been a very busy year, lots of conventions, lots of events. We've been doing a lot of trading things back and forth. So it's been a good year, but it's been a busy year. So um, again, thank you to everybody who's already supported our stuff. Those of you who supported How to Hunt a Hero, it's already been going out. Some of you might have already got your copies. Some of them are still coming. Um, but yeah, tonight we're going to have Jesse talk a little bit about what's this next. I looked up this word to make sure I was going to use it right. The penultimate chapter of this arc of Teen Strike, right? Am I saying it right? It's the
Yeah,
second to
penultimate.
last. Yeah. Because this one, um, this one honestly it was my favorite, and that's why I'm excited for all of you to check it out because we finally do make it to homecoming, as Jesse's been teasing since the first one, asking if these kids are going to make it to homecoming. So I'm going to let Jesse take it from here and kind of talk about this. As you clearly see, each of these Kickstarters have been double issues, so this is going to be 5 and 6. So Jesse, take it away.
Yeah, if you want to share your screen, Joe, we can probably you can probably thumb through the Kickstarter while I'm talking. But so this is issues 5 and 6. It's been a long time coming. This is my favorite issue is number 5, or favorite chapter, I should say. There's a lot of nostalgia in here, a lot of the feelings of having those dances out in the Rio Hondo basketball gym and all that stuff. It's something that I hold dear in my heart. So it was really nice to be able to recreate all the scenes and stuff like that in here. But we spent the first 4 chapters kind of building up the world that the kids live in. You get to know the characters a bit, get to kind of know the archetypes, and this is really where the actual story arc really begins for the first story arc of Teen Strike, which is why it's called Teen Strike versus the Slayer. So I've always imagined pitting them against something that was really horrible, but to kind of bring them together as a team. You always have that, like with the Avengers. You always get this like infighting and stuff like that, and then you have a big monster come in, and then they have to unite to really get there. So along the way, for the first 4 chapters, has been a lot of team drama, and so now it's time to really squash that and understand what they're facing, and they have to really remember what it's like to be friends, and what it means to set aside all the petty stuff and start focusing on something that's greater than themselves. So that's the real focus of the first story arc, is how are they going to understand each other, their place in the team, and also like try and get over all the petty stuff that they've been going through. There's a lot of the stuff is based on reality, and we had a lot of these type of fighting and stuff like that in high school, and I do kind of wish that we would have gotten over some of this stuff, but here we are. Uh, you know, um, you always can look back with hindsight and kind of wish that you can change things, which is the whole purpose of Team Strike, right? So, like I said, chapters 5 and 6 introduces the Slayer, which is their ultimate foe at this moment in time. And how are they going to reunite, or how are they going to unite to get past it? That's the big question here. After this, we have chapter 7 and 8. Chapter 7 and 8 are the conclusion of this first story arc. This one, so all the books that we've been doing right now have roughly been 60 pages. They're double issues, but this next chapter 7 and 8 is going to be a massive one. It's going to be 90 pages long, and we're not probably going to do a Kickstarter for that until the end of next year, summer. Really got to get it right. There's going to be a lot in that one. So keep a lookout for that. You know, this one we're doing two. We did two this year, which was fantastic, and it was very stressful, but we did it, as well as doing all the other Kickstarters that Joe has been doing as well, and Roy. We've had a busy year, as Roy said. So yeah, as you see here, you know, it's very similar structure to all the previous ones. Um, you know, we've been winning those Kickstarter awards and stuff like that, which is great. You can see here Jesse and Trisha finally make it to homecoming. This is one of my favorite images. It's gonna be one of the covers for the upcoming book. You have, yeah, they finally get to homecoming, and so it's gonna be, see what happens. There's Jerry as well. Always got him in the back of my mind when I'm doing all of these things, and it's all building up to a big homage or a big tribute for him as well. But you can see some of the interior samples here. This is uh, the pages here for some of the interior when they're at homecoming. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. Keep on going. Yeah, here's some more examples here of them fighting. There's the Slayer himself. Um, this one has a lot of these two books have a lot of action in them. It was quite the experience going through and coloring all this stuff. It was a lot, especially with everything else that I'm doing and the guys are doing. So it's been quite a journey here. You know, we're going at a good pace. We're already working on issue 7. We're just started doing all the pencils and all that stuff. So we're about 10% of the way through with the artwork on that. Here's the covers. So this is the default cover. One of my favorite covers that we did there. I really, really like that one. This one is fun. So this is, hey Joe, can you press F11?
Okay.
That should take you into full screen mode, but I guess not. Um, so this one here is the Valley cover. It's the rainbow cover that we always do. You can see lots of familiar places here in the Valley. Kind of tells a little story of how they get to homecoming. Got the Freddie Fender San Benito thing there, all that. Lots of classic places. Then we got the guest cover by Sebastian. Sebastian is currently my artist on my upcoming book La Chancla, which we'll talk about here in a little bit as well. And this is his guest cover there, which is phenomenal. That's just came out amazing. Um, and of course, the horizontal cover is the homecoming dance cover, which, like I said, is one of my favorites. Uh, yeah, so here, if you want to just take a look at these rewards, everything's the same, very similar. We try and keep the books at a low cost. Some people charge, 20, $30 for a single book. Uh, I'm doing double issues for half of that. So it's important to spread the story. So that's my ultimate goal with all this. Physical tiers, same thing. Right now we're doing, single issue for 15, and you get the PDF, of course, and then all fours for 50, which saves you $10 right there. Um, Catching up as well for some people that may not have had the ability to back previous ones or any new people that were coming up. We got the physical catch up, which is 3 books for 40. Yeah, 184 pages so far. And then of course the everything. I was surprised people actually ordered this last time, so I'm gonna do it again. Might as well. Make me very mad. Order this whole thing. And then we're offering a join to party as well. So for issues 7 and 8, uh, there's a for the epilogue, there's gonna be a massive party, and so I'm wanting to draw people into the background. So we will have uh, we will have that as an add-on. So if you go in here and you order a book or whatever, uh, right before checkout, it's going to say, here are some add-ons. And then if you find one, if you're interested in that, you can click it and then we'll get in touch with you and ask for a photo. If you have a high school photo, that's even better. But we'll draw a high school version of you to be attending the party with us, and you'll probably be in the background of a couple scenes and stuff like that. It should be fun. And then for the first time that we're doing these 11 by 17 art prints, we've never really done this before. So this is going to be interesting. I will be shipping all these out probably independently of the book. So if you order a print, I'll package it up separately to make sure that it's as safe as possible and send that out, and then the books will follow. But for this one, I actually drew the Monica there. That's my latest piece of artwork. Um, and I actually have a physical copy here, so I could show you how big these things are. They're printed on semi-gloss paper, so they're real nice, very nice, high quality prints. But yeah, these are just some choice ones here. And then of course we have the Chancla stuff. For it's going to be my upcoming book. So we've been experimenting with doing prints for this because I don't have a book yet for this. So we've been doing this. Actually have gotten some pretty good reception. So I figured, some people might be interested in this stuff. And they'll be available at the add-ons as well. And I'll talk a little bit about Chancla here in a little bit. And of course, the team is the same team. We're all the same people bringing everything together as we have. It's going to be a consistent team through all 20 some chapters. So no one's really going anywhere. And of course, everything should be done and shipped hopefully by January. I should be getting the actual physical books here this coming week if I'm not mistaken. So again, there's really no risk to this. It's just helping me build a community. If you want it, order it and I'll send it out. You know, same as always. Um, yeah, Joe, if you can switch over to me, I guess on the cam, I can show like how big one of these prints are.
Okay, let me see. I'll make me work extra here. Spotlight.
Yeah, you can see here. This is a Monica one, so you can see how big these are. These are 11 by 17s, and the quality is really fantastic. I know it's a little grainy in there, but it's just a real high quality print. So these are what these prints are, and so they require a very special mailer, a rigid mailer, so they won't bend and stuff. So that's why I would be sending these out on their own. But these are big, and some of them are horizontal, some of them are big. They sell these, of course, at all the comic conventions. So we're checking it out, see if anyone's interested in them. They'll be an option. But yeah, um, Joe, what's on the agenda right now?
Well, like I said, this was going to be a pretty short one tonight, so I was just going to have you launch next and people can start pledging. Remember, the earlier you pledge, that kicks Kickstarter into high gear and makes them share it more. So definitely get your pledges in tonight. And then after Jesse launches it, he's going to give you a preview of his next book, La Chancla, and he's going to have a way for you to follow that as well. So don't go anywhere after you pledge to TeenStrike so we can share that with you. So Jesse, I will let you do the honors of launching.
Yeah, because we have the what was I gonna say? Um, oh man, I actually
For
forgot
La,
what I was gonna say actually.
well, for La Chancla, we have the Substack. Is that what you're thinking about?
Uh, no, no, no. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say that I have something special for the first person that pledges. So
Oh.
uh so
Oh, I didn't know he was going to do that, y'all. So you better get your better get your trigger fingers ready.
yeah, so Joe just whenever you want. I already launched it, so just whenever you guys want.
Okay. Sweet. Let me go look at it here.
Yeah, I can't pledge, right? Oh, dang it.
Nope, you can't pledge on your own. Sorry. I can
Oh,
pledge, but I mean, I'm not going to
oh,
do it yet. I'm going to let
yeah,
somebody
be the
else do
first
it
one,
first.
Joe. Come on. The
I
first
know.
one that's
I don't
not
even know.
Joe.
I don't even know what he's giving, so maybe I should.
Yeah, it's a super secret. It might be like I got a lot of Game Boy games here.
Roy says he pledged before he walked in the room.
Yeah, I got a bunch of Game Boy games here. Some of them are pretty pricey. I don't know what to do with them. Maybe I'll just send you a whole bag of Game Boy games. It'll be something.
Yeah, I love how he hasn't even figured it out yet. He just I mean, look
Yeah,
at
I
that.
gotta
Look at his wall. Let me pin you again so they could just look at all these things that heck, we could go in there and steal something for y'all if we
look at
wanted
this.
to.
Look at this. They're all here for the taking. You want a Kirby Dreamland? First person that I got anything on my desk you can have.
Yeah, let me put it in the chat. It's just teenstrike.com if you're
That's
gonna play.
are you sure that works?
Yeah, it should work. If not here, I'll just put the other one in. I'll put both of
Let's
them.
see. There's
If
already
if
one.
that if yeah, that doesn't work, then there's the in the chat I put the longer address.
Let's see here.
Yeah, you forgot to specify. I guess it doesn't matter what they
Uh,
pledge.
I know what Brian did. He went straight to the first one, pledge immediately. Boom. I'm gonna send him another hoodie.
All right, sweet. Yep, he sure did. Good job,
Tell you,
Brian.
that's how you pledge. That's how you pledge quick and fast.
Yeah. Oh, you should get Brian a hoodie of like a six shooter, like fastest Kickstarter draw in the West.
Yeah, that dude's
But
always that dude's always first.
yeah. Um, but yeah, the link is there in the comments. So you guys can get your pledges in. Um, and then oh, Brian would like to say something. Go ahead,
Well,
Brian.
I didn't think I was going to be first this time because I was fumbling trying to find it. It's like, wait a minute, I had this open. I had it open. Where'd it go? Typing in Teen Strike separately in Kickstarter, couldn't find it. It was a mess. But yes, I'm first again. I know what I like. I know how I like it.
Oh, we appreciate you, Brian.
And we're finally
Yeah,
getting whether to wear the hoodie.
Oh, I
yeah,
know, right?
absolutely.
I
I'll
know.
I'll I'll get something for you. I'll figure something out.
That's true. I never thought about that. Leave it to Jesse to give a prize for like the one thing that is hardly usable in Texas.
I don't even know how they came out. I was like, do you want a hoodie?
Um, all right. So the link is up in the comments, and I'm gonna let Jesse talk about chocolate a little bit. You're already spotlighted, so I think it should allow you to share if you have art or anything. If not, I can
Yeah.
just go back to the part of the Kickstarter where the prints are.
Hold on, let's see.
He already told you a little bit about what's coming in 2026. The next two parts of TeenStrike. So that's going to be a big finale for this first arc, and
Yeah.
then this one, like we mentioned, there has been getting a lot of traction at the conventions this year. So I will let
Yeah,
you take it away.
it's yeah, my next book is called La Chancla y sus balas de plata. That's the next big thing. Let's see. How do I yeah, I'll do this here. All right. Am I sharing?
Yep.
All right. Hell yeah. So this is La Chancla, right? This is my next book, La Chancla y sus balas de plata. As you see on the screen right now, it's Chancla herself. She can go from, quaint grandmother to badass, basically. So this is all about a group of mercenaries that they're sorry, oh, I got to get into pitch mode here. I always forget. So the story is about a group of mercenaries who are very good at executing their job, right? They get in, they get out, they strike. Think Predator, think Expendables, that kind of thing. They're used to going in, fighting corrupt governments, and getting out. Well, this time around, they get in, but they're having problems getting out, and that's because in issue 0, they end up facing ghosts, devil priests, and giant robots. And at the end of it, one of their teammates gets turned into a very large Aztec fire demon. So think hardcore Mexican grindhouse. Think Robert Rodriguez. Think Machete. Machete meets your Mexican grandmother is the high level one sentence pitch. Um, so real quick, this is Chancla, right? She's been a Mexican freedom fighter her whole life, and she's getting older and she wants to start a team. So the next one, she finds Guacho, who's an ex-military sniper, and he has the experience to start a team with her. So he employs Paloma, who is an ex-military pilot, and she runs the extraction for the team. And so during their time, they rescued a girl named Fresa, and now she's old enough to join the team in fights, and she's all about small arms and explosives. She's kind of like the wild card kind of character of the team. And then they also get Elote, who is the computer hacker of the team. They find him; he was an orphan on the streets, and that team was going and doing a mission down in southern Mexico, in central Mexico. They were liberating a ziggurat from corrupt government and from the cartels. And so what ends up happening is they're in there, and in the middle of the ziggurat, they find a ritualistic altar where they find Vela, and Vela was strapped to a ritualistic altar. She doesn't remember who she is. She has no memory. She can barely speak, and when she speaks kind of like in an older dialect. And when she gets upset or angry, she turns into this uh, fire demon here. So issue zero sets up the team. You get to see them at their best. You get to see them, everyone doing everything that they can. You know, they get thrown into this world of gods and monsters that they don't really know. And at the end of the issue, Vela turns into something even more ferocious than this. So they've been kind of used to having her on the missions for a couple months, but at the end of issue zero, she turns into like a very, very large fire demon. And so the whole point is now they got to figure out who she is, and that jumps into the five chapter story of who is Vela, and how can they help her. And the whole book is about found family. It's about having empathy for those around you that need help and being able to help. Now, this book is Mexican Grindhouse. You can see over here some shots from this book. We're still in the process of working on it, but we're halfway done already. And you can see like these are all my temporary letters and stuff, but you can see the quality of this work. This is by Sebastian. He's doing the guest cover for TeenStrike right now, the current one with the big monster. And you can see the quality of his work is just absolutely phenomenal. This thing is going to be in black and white. It's going to be it's going to have a color tinge to it, but it's going to be black and white with blood reds like this. Um, and so this will be on Kickstarter probably in summer of next year. But one of the things that I'm really, really wanting to do is I want to make a copy of this specific for people here in Texas that support us at the local conventions, and as an extension to people like you guys online that maybe can't make it out to the conventions but know us and can message us. Um, the thing that we want to do is we want to make a short print run of this. And I'm planning on making a very exclusive cover that will never be reprinted. It's going to be a cover that I'm going to draw myself personally. And then we're thinking about like flicking fake blood all over it. So, and numbering them. So each one will have a number. So you can choose your favorite number or pick your favorite blood pattern or whatever. And this will be something unique for the people that help support us at this level. And then when we get to Kickstarter, it's going to be the more standard, like TeenStrike style ones where it's got the four covers and all this. It's a little bit more I don't know. I don't know how to say it, a little bit more polished in presentation. We're not going to be doing the fake blood on that or anything. So that's going to be kind of what this book is all about. And believe it or not, this book is actually in the Teen Strike universe. So if you're reading Teen Strike right now, this actually takes place 10 years afterwards. And this is not, you don't need one to understand the other. This is going to be a pretty self-contained story, but there is going to be references to events that happen at the end of Teen Strike, and then there's going to be it kind of helps build the lore of the world, and then there's going to be an exploration as to what the power sets are of the teens and Teen Strike, because that's going to be the big mystery for the second story arc in Teen Strike. The next eight or the next nine chapters are all about figuring out why they have powers and everything like that. And we just kind of scratch the surface in Teen Strike, but here in Chocolate we go into a little bit more detail as to what happens. Uh, in terms of like what the power sets are made of. So that's going to be a nice kind of extension to the world. But they're both going to be told in totally different styles, totally different art styles, totally different audiences. This is obviously an 18 plus book. Teen Strike is teen. This one here, like I said, hardcore grindhouse, Robert Rodriguez, Predator, Expendables, that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's kind of the whole thing, what it is. For those of you who are familiar, this is actually based on Mr. Dove, our junior high algebra 2 teacher, our friend Julia's father, who passed away a couple years ago. He's kind of this is kind of an homage to him here. Uh, so that's if in case he looked familiar to some of the people here. Um, but yeah, that's basically what this is going to be. This is coming. The book should be done by in quarter 1 of next year. So we're hoping that what was it, April, Joe, was South
Mhm.
Texas Comic Con.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that by South Texas Comic Con, we'll be there with Chancla. I might have a cosplayer there for Chancla. We will be be selling these individual, unique uh, books there. If you're, like I said, once those are gone, they're absolutely gone. So if you can't make it to South Texas or you're afraid of them selling out because there's a large demand for this, um, just let us know and we'll set stuff aside for you. For right now, if you are interested, you can go. Let me zoom in here. You
Oh
can go
yeah, it's in
to,
the comment. It's in the chat.
yeah, thechunkla.com. Yeah, you can just click that, and that's our Substack. With the Substack, I'm not going to be spamming you guys or anything like that, but I will tell you about important updates. I'm trying to get better at it. Like I've done 2 posts this year, if that tells you how much I've done. But I'm going to try and speed up now. Yeah, try and speed up and do at least try to do once a month to kind of show, hey, we're going to be at this show or whatever. But that's the way you're going to know when the chunkla's done and where you can get it or immediately claim a number or claim something if you don't want to lose out on that. Like I said, that's going to be a very limited run. The other thing I want to share with people here, at least, and people that will be watching this later, is that I was able to pitch this to the Mexican Consulate of the Arts, and through them I was introduced to a film director. So we are in discussion on shooting a live action trailer for this to pitch it towards like some streaming services, in the coming years. So that's something that we'll be doing next year. I'm actually flying out to Mexico on Tuesday, and I will be um, meeting with him while I'm there. There's a conference going on, but he should be there as well. And we're going to kind of just discuss and see if we can make any plans for casting and what the trailer should be and when we can do it next year. So it's pretty exciting. It's moving a lot faster than I had expected. But this one's going to be the big one. This is one that you're not going to want to miss. It's going to be really crazy. There's nothing really like it out there in the market currently, and all the characters are designed by myself and Bianca and another guy, Roberto. We put all our efforts into this, and we're trying to make this as appealing as possible. And when you see this, there's usually visceral reactions. So it's something that we're proud of. We're doing a lot of work there. And as I said, there are all the prints and stuff. Oh, here, just if you want to see real high level, you can see how much work we've actually put into this. We're treating this like any other video game property that I've ever worked on. Like we're putting a lot of work into all this stuff. There's like you can see Chancla herself here. This is some stuff that most people don't really ever get to see. But you can see here's Bianca's wonderful work on bringing that empathy, humanity into her, and then all my art direction and everything. Look, this is how we're trying to figure out like what she wears and what colors and what patterns and everything. So we're putting a lot of effort into this. This is getting the AAA treatment, you know. So this is going to be a top-notch book. Um, I hope that you guys can support it when it comes out. I'm trying to make something for us, for especially for us Latinos who don't really ever get content like this out there. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah,
But
so
I'm pretty optimistic about it.
Yeah, put the link in the chat for thechancla.com. So that way you guys can sign up for the Substack. We're already 50% funded on TeenStrike, it looks like. So thank you to
That's
everybody who
awesome.
pledged already. I'll go ahead and put the link in the chat one more time. I know we had at least a couple of people come in later. So get your pledges in tonight. Like I said, that helps out the campaign. It gets it more attention through Kickstarter. And yeah, that was pretty much all we had for tonight.
Yeah, we're keeping it
So
keeping it pretty short today. Thank you all for coming by, and be prepared for the next couple days to see this being blasted out, and help us out, share if you can. It's just all we can do. Bring
yes,
entertainment to people.
it's just teenstrike.com, so you don't have to remember any long addresses. So
Yeah, definitely.
all right. Oh, you got anything else?
No,
No.
that's what I'm good for right now.
All right. Well, thanks again for everybody who came out tonight. And thanks if you pledged and for sharing and supporting. And we'll see you guys next time. Yes, Roy, we are Team Strike.